Ahead. Good to have your company this morning. Well, ahead of tomorrow's budget, the government has revealed it will give a helping hand to working families. It's unveiled a $3.5 billion childcare package, and the reforms will streamline 3 existing payments into one. It will mean most families will be $30 a week better off. Working families are the big winners. Parents who are employed and earning less than $65,000 a year will get 85% of their childcare costs covered. But stay-at-home parents will have their benefits reduced or cut entirely. Unusually, for a major budget announcement, the package was not unveiled by the Treasurer on Budget Day, but instead handed down by Prime Minister Tony Abbott and Social Services Minister Scott Morrison, who has been everywhere over the last week. And Mr. Everywhere joins us now. Scott Morrison, good morning to you.
Good morning, Lisa.
Tell me, what do you have against stay-at-home mums?
I don't have anything. In fact, that's our own family's experience. What this is a package to support childcare, and the reason why the Commonwealth Government is involved in providing subsidies to childcare is to help families be in work, get in work and stay in work. That's the whole point of it. It's not a welfare payment, it's not a pension payment or anything like that. It is designed to help families be in work and get in work.
But all of these women are working just as hard, and some would argue harder, than other working mums.
All mums work hard. Every single mum works hard. And I think everyone acknowledges that. The childcare subsidy, though, is there so when mothers who are in paid employment go to work. That's the reason why we do it. Now, for those on very low incomes, we will continue to provide the 2 days a week of 6 hours a day of early childhood learning for families who are on low incomes, just like we have a broader package which is supporting families who are disadvantaged or vulnerable. So we're keeping that support for those in that situation. But the childcare subsidy that taxpayers pay for is there to help families be in work and stay in work in paid employment.
So this is all designed to push them out the door to get jobs. Where are those jobs?
No, Lisa, that's not fair.
Tell me, where are those jobs going to come from? And if they do get jobs, where are the new childcare places going to come from?
Well, firstly, in terms of the growth of jobs, that's what the economy's growth, and that's what the budget is designed to do, and that's why we're seeking to give incentive and give encouragement to business and others all around the country. And more will be said about that in the budget. In the issue of childcare places themselves, we've actually got a fund which is there to support childcare services in areas where they're not viable. But the Productivity Commission found that it's a mixed bag when it comes to the oversupply and undersupply of childcare centres. But the whole point of people being in work and staying in work is so many families, 2/3 of two-parent families are double-income families now, and that's because families increasingly have to be in work. And what this does is helps those families have the choices to be in work and have childcare work for them rather than them have to work for childcare.
Well, you currently have just over $9 billion worth of family benefit cuts stuck in the Senate. If they don't get through, will these changes still come into effect?
Well, you have to pay for every new investment you make. We want to spend $3.5 billion extra in low to middle income families, some of the most vulnerable and disadvantaged families, families with disabilities, families in remote and regional areas. That's where the new money is going, and we want to do that. But you have to pay for it. And we have savings that are currently before the Senate, and if others have alternative savings, then they need to put them up. But our savings are there very clearly. They've been there for a year, and this is a good way to reinvest the money which the taxpayer has given us for the social services portfolio in an area that helps families have the choice to be in work and stay in work.
So you're going to have to jump into bed with the Greens to get the crossbenchers across the line?
Well, I've already had some discussions with crossbenchers around these issues, as I did over the pension matters, and these are the areas that I've been focusing on now for some time. And look, this will go where it will go, and we'll keep working hard on it with the crossbench. But we're doing the responsible thing here. We are paying for the increased investment that we're seeking to make. I mean, the Labor Party talks about robbing Peter to pay Paul. They want to tax Peter, Paul and Mary to pay for an ever-expanding welfare bill, and that's not what this government is going to do.
You have really been the face of this budget. You've been everywhere in the last week, batting about 7 interviews to every one of Joe Hockey's, even holding a press conference yesterday with the Prime Minister that excluded the Treasurer. Now, this is his budget. Whose decision was it for you to release so much of your budget detail ahead of Tuesday and leave Joe Hockey out of this announcement?
It was the decision of... These are areas within my specific portfolio, Lisa, and that's why I've been announcing them. And yesterday I announced them with the Prime Minister. And all of these are measures that will go into the budget, and this has been part of a team decision about how we can ensure that people have appropriate time before the budget to digest all the big important measures that are in this budget. If you announce everything on budget night, then there's not enough time for people to absorb the information, and that's why we're getting these measures out, so people can fully understand what's happening with families who need childcare and what's happening with the pension.
But surely you can understand that you're cutting the Treasurer's grass here.
No, I'm not, and I think that goes against the very real objective we have here, is to help people understand what we're doing in this budget and giving people time to look at these individual measures, rather than have everything just come out on budget night.
But what's wrong with looking at them after budget day and letting the Treasurer release that detail?
Well, as you know, Lisa, you're an experienced journalist. You know there is a lot of information in the budget. This enables these particular measures, which are important measures for families and for older Australians, to get the detail, to have them understood, and then they can focus on the many other important economic measures that will be in the budget. I mean, what we're doing here is we're explaining and communicating our budget. And I think that is a team decision and it's a team objective, and hopefully we're succeeding in helping explain to people what we're doing, particularly for families and older Australians.
Did the Prime Minister ask you to release it?
It's a team decision. We're all involved in the decisions about how we get the information out there. Joe Hockey is
He is the captain. Was that a captain's call?
No, it was a team decision, Lisa. This is what I'm saying. And Joe Hockey's doing his part in the team. I'm doing my part in the team. The Prime Minister's doing his part in the team. And I think the hyperventilating over this issue is just getting, frankly, a little bit ridiculous.
Well, frankly, you are seen as the rising star of the Liberal Party. Your frontbench colleague Christopher Pyne has even described you as prime ministerial material. Do you want to be Prime Minister someday?
I want to do my job, Lisa. That's what I'm doing. And
Would
what
you
we're
like to
doing
be
is
Prime Minister one day?
Everyone wants to do the most they can to support what they've gone into politics for, Lisa. There's no shortage of people in Canberra like that.
Do you rule out one day being Prime
Lisa,
Minister
I'm not going to play
Morrison?
those. Lisa, seriously. This week I have released important packages for families who want access to childcare and what is going to happen to the age pension. That's far more important than anything you're putting to me now.
OK, I think we also need to know if you are someone who has ambitions to one day lead the party, because obviously you've got a lot of public support at the moment. Do you rule out or in having your eye one day on the Prime Ministership? It's not a bad thing. It's not bad to be ambitious in politics.
No, but Lisa, the problem with all this is it's distracting from the main message of the budget. I will seek to do as much as I can in politics to the best of my ability, wherever that takes me, Lisa.
The LNP, people like you,
well,
and
that's
they like
nice.
that you deliver.
It's flattering and it's nice, but the real job is the one I've come on the program to talk about today. I will seek to do as much in politics as I have the opportunity to do, like any other member of Parliament. And there's no shortage of ambition in this place, and that is something that can drive people to do good things for the country, as it drives Joe to do good things for the country, and Tony and the rest of the team. And we're led by a strong captain, and that's exactly what we're focused on. Explaining to Australians that we want to do the right things by families and the right things by older Australians.
And as all good politicians do, you're very good at not answering a question. Thank you very much for that, Scott Morrison.
Thanks, Lisa.
Over to you, Sylvia.
17